Paul Theron, thank you so much for joining us.
Good
A
evening.
big smile. Why? Oh yes, the markets have rallied 1,000% today, so Paul Theron is smiling.
1,000%.
I hate to tell you this,
loving it.
but what we saw last week is basically, and the game that we saw today has basically cancelled each other out, so we're basically where we were before.
So it's not a trader's market, it's a market for people that are long the market.
Yeah, okay, so Europe, QE3, ECB.
Well, of course, some people are saying that the
Operation
reason
Twist.
it's going up is because Europe's now all sorted, which sounds a bit far-fetched, really, because it's not like anything really
and
changed.
unsorted often.
Exactly. So, you know, people phone me during the day for market quotes, and I've resorted to putting swear words in my quotes just to try and scare them off. The other excuse that you're hearing is that it's like the end of Q3. So people who've been long treasuries, short equities are starting to come back in. You know, to be honest, I don't know.
So window dressing, is that what you call it?
Yes, no, ramp the stocks before the end of the quarter.
Is that what you do, Paul Theron?
If only we had, you know, more than a minuscule percentage of the world's equities under management.
So
yes.
Coca-Cola is on the agenda.
So the Coke CEO says that, you know, he's criticizing American regulators and saying that he'd rather do business in China than in America. But this is a company that already sells like, you know, the average American already drinks like 300 cans of Coke every 24 hours, whereas in China they, drink one every 55 years. So which business do you think he'd rather be in?
Of course, they drink a lot of tea, so in China, so obviously it's not going to work there very much. Taking a look at the local currency, and I know you love talking about the rand, so let's get serious now.
Yeah, no, actually I don't like talking about the currency.
I know, I'm being sarcastic. We were very weak yesterday, massive volatility, below 8.20 to the US dollar once again.
Well, it kind of feels like a little bit symbolic. So even though the stronger rand is supposed to be driving our market down because of our rand hedges, it just feels a little bit like crisis over, you know, people get worried when things move too fast in markets. So the fact that it's gone below 8, I think, is a net positive.
Isn't it a self-fulfilling prophecy in a sense? Because when the rand is weaker, then we say, well, this is why the resource stocks are rallying, and then the rand strengthens, but the overall market is up. And then we still say the market is strengthening because, you know, of risk appetite.
Yeah.
It's peculiar. I mean, some of the reasons that we come up with.
Well, if you think people who trade equity markets are peculiar, you should meet people who trade currencies for a living. I mean, idiots like you've never seen before.
And Russia, you're looking at what the finance minister
Well,
is
you
up
know,
to.
I don't know. We haven't talked about it for a few days, but you can see in Russia that the president and the prime minister are trading places, which for some people is fabulous news because it means another 8 years of those marvelous pictures of Vladimir Putin without his shirt on, riding a quad bike, you know, horse hunting on the back of the steps and so on and so forth. But now the finance minister's been fired. So, you know, I think we have bad politics in Africa. You should see how they behave up there in Mother Russia.
Fantastic. And Paul, you're not joining us from tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I'm going away for a trail run in the KwaZulu-Natal area. So I'll be looking forward to that. Follow me on Twitter. I'll send you some pictures.
And of course, this is not a very good time for Paul Theron to be leaving, given the fact that there is a lot of volatility and window trading he needs to do for the markets. But nevertheless, Paul Theron, thank you, sir, for joining us.